Blockbusters. You are listening to the Triple B Podcast. Let's fucking go.
Welcome to a new episode of the Triple B Podcast, Bourbon, Belts, and Blockbusters. I'm good old TJ.
I'm Ryan.
And this is the show where we're going to sip on a cocktail. We're going to talk about some wrestling. And we're going to talk about them Blockbusters.
Blockbusters movies.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we're focusing on today. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. I like it. We got a jam-packed episode, so let's get right into it. It was my cocktail of the week, and just as a reminder, we are going to be utilizing the Trader Joe's Sour Mash Bourbon Whiskey. We were kind of, it wasn't our best one. It wasn't terrible, but right above average rating for it.
It was a solid.
We made this beautiful looking cocktail called the Kentucky Buck. And what's in this is a muddle up strawberries mixed with simple syrup. We put some bourbon in there with some lemon juice, a couple dashes of the Angostura bitters, and then we top that off with some ginger beer and a little strawberry head to garnish. So, I'm really excited. Check out the socials. You can see how exactly we made that.
Speaking of the socials.
Oh, yeah.
Where'd you get the idea?
We challenged our listeners and our followers online for an idea for this cocktail, and Miss Brittany Lund gave us the recommendation for the Kentucky Buck. So that is what we went with this week. So thank you for the recommendation. This is our first time doing a audience one.
Absolutely. So, and thanks for following along with us.
Appreciate it.
Let's give her a go. That's fucking phenomenal.
That is so good.
Yeah, that's a 10 out of 10, hands down.
10 out of 10.
God damn. We're back-to-back 10s on cocktails.
Yes, we are.
The s'mores old fashioned, and now this one.
This is a summery drink, too.
Yes, that is a summery drink. There's just so many flavors. I'm going again.
The strawberry really pops in there. And I thought it would be...
And you wouldn't think it would.
Yeah. And
You really wouldn't.
The lemon just kind of blends in. And I thought it would be cool to do... Like, this would be a perfect one because of the sour mash part of this bourbon. And I think it just all blends well. Nothing like
agree.
Really pops out. It just blends so well together.
There is a really cool and interesting dynamic going on within this with the ginger and the bitters, and then the sweet and sour from the lemon and the strawberry.
Yeah.
It's a really cool flavor.
Yeah.
I really, really like this.
So refreshing.
Yeah.
Really, really
Holy
refreshing.
Shit. I really, really enjoy this cocktail. This is fucking awesome.
Thank you again, Brittany Lund, for the recommendation. It is so good.
Moving over to our socials, we are at Trip B Pod on Instagram, X, YouTube, and the old Tiki-Taki. We are Triple B Podcast, Bourbon, Belts, and Blockbusters on Spotify, Apple, and Amazon Podcasts. And we also have our Gmail, the Triple B. I don't know why I said the is not in there. Fuck me. Triple B Pod 619@gmail.com. Hit us up. Keep giving us suggestions for cocktails, bourbons, movies, shows, wrestling questions and moves and all sorts of things. New fucking stupid social media trends you guys want to see us be idiots on and do. We love it. So it's a lot of fun for us to just fuck around. Anyways, hit us up there. Thank you.
That brings us over to the Bourbon Talk of the show. And we got a fact check, and unfortunately we're returning to form here. We got some things to talk about, but it was a fun episode to talk about these things. So there is quite a bit of fact checks, but a little blend of fact checking and clarifications, which I'm okay with. So Alien Earth, why do they only utilize the young children for the synthetic the form.
Oh, yeah.
Adult brains are too rigid and they're already like set in their ways, whereas a kid mind, you can start kind of formulating and everything, open to new ideas and accepting the intelligence.
All right.
Along with that. What previous episode did we cover Keeper? You said you couldn't find it. It was episode 60. So last week was 64. We covered the first trailer in episode 60. Like you said, it's easy to skip
very
in
easy,
there.
very easy, especially because we have like the archive.
Yeah.
So
it all blends together. When do you need to finalize the 53-man roster? It was this past Tuesday, August 26th. So it's that Tuesday following the last preseason game.
That's what I thought it was too.
Signing to the practice squad, we kind of talked about that. Can another team sign a practice squad person? And yes, you can, but it has to be to the regular roster. It cannot be a lateral move to another practice squad.
What is it? A promotion.
Promotion.
I was like, what is it when you go from a lower job to a higher job? What is that called? Fact check for next week. Fuck.
The band name, Chicken Joe and the Fabulous Cocks, it is, in fact, their name.
Fuck yeah.
Let's
go.
Look them up on Facebook like they told us to do, and it is their name.
Did you follow them?
I did follow them.
Fuck yeah.
I did.
Hell yeah. I love that.
Nikki Cross's last match. You were right. It was against American Made. It was the mixed tag match. It was last September, except where you were wrong is you said American Made won.
The Wyatt 6
The Wyatt 6 won. But looking even at house shows, her last match was in December. So she really hasn't wrestled.
Oh, wow.
Since.
How do you even search that?
I follow this
There's
one
a
web
database
page,
or
like a
something.
database
Jeez.
of it all. And so December was her last, and it was in a mixed tag against the Karrion Kross's group, the
She
Final
hasn't
Testament.
wrestled a match in almost 9 months.
Yeah.
Or it has been 9 months.
Which is wild.
Wow.
That's crazy. So the excitement to get her back in the ring is real.
And she seems like she's good. Like she would be good in the ring too. Like we have barely seen anything from her since she returned, but
she's done a few bumps, so I would assume there's not a big injury or anything going on. So I don't know.
I mean, she's always hitting the Luthez press on people.
Yeah, exactly.
Like every time she's on the screen,
and it's usually off the apron.
The apron or the announce table or something. Yeah.
How many times did Collie win? We were talking about 1 or 2.
Oh, yeah.
It was one time, and it was, he didn't beat anyone it was a battle royal. Edge relinquished the title due to injury, and he won a 20-man battle royal. So it wasn't beating anyone. He did beat a couple people to defend the title. He eventually lost it to Batista in 2007. Emma Thompson's Harry Potter professor. We were asking what the name.
Remember her name.
It's Professor Sybil Trelawney.
Trelawney,
the divination
That's
teacher.
Right. Yes.
The Prophet Lady and Doctor Strange. Tilda Swinton played is the Ancient One. There was no name. It's just the Ancient One. Yep. Phone number in the Pluribus trailer. It does work. It kind of leads to a marketing call, and it's talking to the character in the show, but you can sign up for like text alerts about the show through that phone number.
Interesting.
And then lastly, Emma Thompson is older than Steve Carell because I accidentally said Emma Thompson when we were talking about Crazy Stupid Love. Instead of Emma Stone. And you're like, I think Emma Thompson's older than everyone on that set. And so I looked it up. Kevin Bacon is the oldest by 1 year, and he was in that scene as well. He beats her by 1 year. There was a couple exceptions with side characters, but I was only looking at the main cast. So Emma Thompson was not in that movie, but you were right in her being pretty old comparatively.
Older, yeah.
Steve Carell is 3 years younger than her. And that was what I had for the fact check.
All right.
Not too bad.
Not too terrible. Not too bad,
but more than what we have been putting out there.
But most of those still were clarifications.
Yes,
or follow-ups. So that still wasn't too bad.
100%.
All righty.
Which brings us to our Hawk Talk. So rosters were finalized. There was a few moves made here and there. What were some of your surprises? Anything stick out to you from the final pieces that they did before we go into week one?
Yeah, I just kind of jotted down 3 things here. I said surprise cuts.
Okay.
There weren't a lot for me. I thought
I
for
thought
the
we
most
talked
part,
about a lot of them.
Yeah, for the most part, the roster shaped up, I think, about how we would have expected it to, based on how the preseason went. I think the 2 biggest surprise cuts for me were Brandon Peely and Patrick O'Connell, nose tackle and the linebacker. But they both signed the practice squad. So I think, and then if you really pair with how some of the cuts took place with John Schneider's like follow-up interview is a conference that he did. He really talks about like it's a lot more that there's a lot more that goes into forming that initial 53-man roster, because the initial 53-man roster is almost never the week 1 roster, right? There's still, over this next 2 weeks, there's a lot of shakeups and a lot of transactions that take place, right? But a big part of what they do is not just, oh, how good are these guys, but it's who is more or least likely to clear waivers. And that's a big thing, is they were confident that both Peely and O'Connell would clear waivers, which allowed them to keep 1 or 2 other guys on the roster that they weren't sure would clear waivers.
Yeah.
Right. So that's that whole thing, because then if they, now that the waiver thing has passed, I think they could cut somebody, but then just like talk to them, like, hey, we're going to sign you to the practice squad and you're going to get called up at some point, without waivers being an issue, I think. So. That was that, which makes sense. So those were really the only 2 surprise cuts to me. But what about surprise things to you? Was there anything?
I thought, I thought the Patrick O'Connell and I thought Peely or even Bohanna were surprised. I thought one of those 2 would be making the 53-man roster, but all 3 of those guys made the practice squad. So that was it for the cuts. What surprised me for making the team was Brady Russell being a second fullback on our. We have 2 fullbacks. Yeah, and I know he kind of fills in as a tight end as well.
And that's where they had him listed as a fullback, obviously, on the initial roster. I think that might be more of a logistical thing as opposed to them saying they kept 5 tight ends.
Yeah, true.
Because we kept 5 tight ends.
Yeah. Yeah.
Realistically, we kept 5 tight ends. Brady Russell can play fullback, but he's a swing fullback. He's not the backup fullback, and that's all he is, right? He is probably realistically, he might be the 4th tight end over Callerup. I think Callerup honestly was the biggest surprise that he was kept.
Yeah.
As an undrafted, he was an undrafted rookie, right? So I think he was the biggest surprise. I had that down too. I said surprised that we kept 5 tight ends with Russell being a swing fullback. I would have expected us to only keep 4 tight ends, knowing that Brady Russell can swing back to play, a backup role in 2 different positions. That was surprising to me too.
Yeah.
But then that leading to the fact that we did technically keep 5 tight ends and we still ended up keeping 6 receivers.
Yeah.
The wide receiver room was, I think, the biggest kind of question mark to me.
Yeah.
Coming out, because it was just like, fuck, what are they going to do with MVS and everything? And unsurprising to me, they cut MVS.
Yeah.
Like that. I thought we talked about that. Yeah. That was kind of a foregone conclusion. But I was more curious as to see which of the other guys were going to make the team, and pretty much everyone we wanted to made the team.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Yeah, you got the top 3 in JSN, Cooper Kupp, and Horton.
Yeah.
And then you got Bobo, Cody White, and
Young.
Yeah, Derek Young. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm good
the
with it.
one kind of surprising, and maybe I just didn't pay enough attention to see the signs, but Olu is not our starting center. It's Sundell, and that was kind of a surprise to me. But again,
think
I
that-
don't know if I paid enough attention to
Olu
that
didn't
battle.
play
Yeah.
in the preseason, right?
That's
and
true.
Sundell in the first two. I think Olu was he suited up? He might have been suited up in the third preseason game, but I don't know that he actually played.
Mm-hmm.
And then because he had a back issue, right? So
Gotcha.
McDonald has said that he's ready to go now if needed, but Jalen Sundell is like those first two preseason games when we were fucking running over everybody, he was the center.
Yeah.
So you can see that there's like good chemistry and everything with the rest of the line and him and whatnot, and snaps. We didn't have a bad snap,
Yeah.
with him in there. So
I mean, I like it.
unfortunately,
It's just weird.
injuries cause that's how Tom Brady became Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Right? Bledsoe got hurt, and
Next man up.
so that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. So
Yeah. So we got week 1 on the horizon. I'm excited.
yeah, man. Same.
Hell yeah.
San Francisco 49ers coming to town.
It's going to be a tough one. Always is.
Always is.
Always
our
is.
division game, especially this year. The NFC West is like, as everyone's saying, I love it because nobody's giving Seattle the fucking time of day. Absolutely love that. Keep that going. But everyone is also, within not giving Seattle the time of day, everyone is also saying that anyone in the NFC West could win the division this year not because the division's weak, but because it's going to be the most competitive division in football.
And I agree with that.
Which I do agree with that, with the exception of maybe the NFC North now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Depending on how the
Packers, Lions,
Vikings are faring this year with the changes and losses that they have.
Yeah.
But you got the Lions and now the Packers with fucking Micah Parsons getting traded to the Green Bay. Fuck me, man.
I was hoping he would go to the AFC. Just get him out of this division. Anywho's. Ryan, that brings us to our wellness journey. How'd you do these past 2 weeks?
I did pretty good all around. But I was a little worried in the beginning of this week because Lindsay and I did a lift Monday night in the garage and didn't feel anything while working out. Like it wasn't like I did a move and was like, oh shit. Felt fine. Well, okay, I can't say I felt fine. I'm always in pain, but for my normal, I felt okay. Lainey woke up at like right before midnight. Mm-hmm. And I got up to go back and get her back down. And I stood up out of bed and I could barely fucking walk. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it was. It felt like I had like a pinched nerve or something, like right at the top of my tailbone. Oh. Like right at the top of where the butt cheeks connect, type of thing. And I was literally like, my feet were moving like this down the hallway.
Oh, geez.
Like I was like, what the fuck? And I like couldn't breathe. It was one of those where, have you ever had like a sciatic kind of pain at all? And it kind of like it's so sharp, it like takes your breath away. It was that the whole fucking time. Oh. I was like, what the fuck? But then got her back down, went back to bed, laid back down, and my mind's running like, what the fuck did I do? Went back to sleep, woke up Tuesday morning and could still feel it, but it wasn't nearly as bad.
How good.
So I was like, fuck. But I didn't do anything Tuesday. Went to work Wednesday. After work, thank God, I had an adjustment already scheduled. So I just went to the chiropractor, told him, and he was like, all right, well, let's see what we can do. And then I afterwards asked him, because I was feeling fine on Wednesday. I didn't feel it really at all throughout the day. Did the adjustment, no problem, everything. And I was like, do you think I'm good to go on a run? I was like, I'm really itching to work out, but I was like, I'm not going to lift again today because I want to give that a little bit more time.
Yeah.
And he was like, he's like, I think like you seem good. Everything felt fine. Maybe just, listen to your body. If you get in a little bit or you get partway through, you get a good ways through and you start feeling it, stop.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. So I ran Wednesday, lifted Thursday morning, ran Friday on my prep, and then I lifted again today. So got I got 5 out of the 3 in this week. Mm-hmm. Eating wise, I'm back at school now, so I'm back in a fucking getting back into a groove, which is nice.
Yeah.
And yeah, weighed in this morning at 211.6.
Hell yeah,
So
man.
I dropped, what is that, 2.4 pounds from the last one. Got back down. I said it on the last one. I was just like, I just feel like I'm like fucking
Stuck.
Like
Yeah.
I'm struggling so hard to get these couple pounds off that I put on those 2 weeks in fucking June and beginning of July. And now I finally was able to kind of break through. I dipped back down. So that felt good to see that on the scale. And feeling good. And yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
What about you, dude?
All right. I feel really good. Workouts wise, I got like 6 in last week, 5 in this week. Food choice has been pretty solid, just a little cheat day here and there, but overall, really good choices. Body's been feeling good. I haven't been running as much per se. That was really kind of nagging the body a little bit there. So I cut it back, but then I was able to run 4 miles and feel good during that. I hit my fastest mile this week. And so just kind of listening to the body and going, all right, I need to cut something back, but go full more in this direction. And so it worked out really well. I am 208.6. Down below 210, brother. I lost 2.8 pounds since the last weigh-in for a total of 54.3 pounds.
Fuck yeah, man.
In this wellness journey, man. I hit the goal, and you're right there.
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah, man. I feel so good.
I'm back down. I didn't even give the total. So I'm back down to 0.2 under 30 pounds.
Hell yeah.
Again, because I was 241.4 when we started. I'm 211.6. So,
but man, I'm just so pumped about it. I'm glad we started this. I know we've said it over and over again, but like, just
kind of cheesy to kind of say, but it like literally life changing. Like actually, like legitimately, like it's unhealthy to be as heavy as either of us were, especially for just like our body sizes and everything, and it's not healthy to be that heavy, and there's a lot of other health issues and shit that can arise from those things, and so being able to do it smart and do it well. And I mean, I see all over the place I'm seeing people are using, I mean, there's like Ozempic, but there's other fucking like weight loss, like injections and stuff that people are using to do stuff. And like in certain cases, like that's what needs to be done, do it. But also like, it's also like a get rich quick type scheme when it comes to weight loss to a point. And we've done it over the course of the last year, and we've just done it. Yeah. It's us. And we've just done it naturally, and we've just done it smart. So I'm proud of us.
And the workouts, it's more of a habit now. Like like if I don't hit 3, I'm disappointed in myself.
Absolutely.
So it's made it part of my life, and it's another cheesy thing to say, but everyone has a half an hour to minimum to get a workout in. So sure. Just it's busy out there, but you can make some time for yourself, and it's been an incredible journey. It feels good. I'm not stopping by any means. It doesn't stop there, and feel really good.
Hell yeah, man.
Yes.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That brings us to belts. Ding, 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 ding. Ryan, what do you want to talk about?
Brother, I'm talking about Monday Night Raw.
You are?
I am.
Hell yeah. Talk about Raw.
Roman continues to shock me. He fucking opened the show.
He was there.
I was like, what? I was in my mind, I'm thinking, I was like, all right, what are we starting with this week? And then his music hit, and I was like, motherfucker. He just keeps doing it. He keeps pulling it out of nowhere, and I'm not expecting him to, like, you can kind of assume he was going to be at the show, but I wasn't expecting him to open it.
Yeah.
So that one, I just wanted to throw that out because he continues to show up when we're expecting him to not be there type of thing. And that's not what we're used to with Roman Reigns. Yeah. So kudos to him sticking around a little more than typical.
And what I like about what his promo and everything is, like, I mean, well, we have to wait to see if it's true, but he got big plans in the future of, getting back to the world title and everything. So
Yeah.
hopefully that means we do see more of our tribal chief.
Yeah. Next thing, so you get JD against Dragon Lee.
Mm-hmm.
He's one half of the tag champs, right?
Yeah.
Finn's nowhere to be found. No one else in Judgment Day is anywhere to be found. And then all of a sudden you get Dom out of nowhere come out and interfere. And then AJ comes out. And then you end up with Balor and Styles in a clean fucking match.
Yeah.
There's no interference.
Yeah.
I'm just like, that doesn't make any sense to me. How you have, like, it should have realistically been Finn out there for JD,
Yeah.
right? Tag champions.
Tag
like,
champs, yep.
they probably should have been out there. And then you end up with Dom interfering in that match, AJ attacking Dom, forcing him out. And then in the Finn and AJ match, you don't get Dom then interfering and retaliating.
Yeah.
Like, now I know that we have also kind of bitched about the amount of interference, but at least make it fucking make sense.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if you're going to do it, then at least fucking do it and commit to it. So that was one thing where I was like, that was kind of interesting. But one thing I will add to that is in the back, when Adam Pearce was kind of going at them and was saying that AJ is now going to defend Dom's going to defend the IC against AJ again, right?
Yeah.
Did you see Finn in the back?
Oh, I didn't.
Oh, dude, he was like wiping his, because he had just finished the match, right? He was like wiping off with a towel, and as he's talking, he keeps kind of like glancing over it, fucking just grinning, just smiling on his face, and then he'd kind of like cut back and just keep wiping his face, and then he'd be like,
wow.
he was like laughing.
I like it.
Interesting. For sure interesting.
For sure interesting. Yeah, for sure. Definitely, because there was like a backstage segment that led to Finn, taking care of AJ and everything. So, I mean, you could see drama building up, but it's like not out of the norm for Judgment Day to have this kind of like bickering drama. And
Yeah, for sure.
So I agree with you. I think make the interference make sense and all that. So, yeah, very weird. But, I mean, I love some Finn and AJ action in the ring. They're so good. This match wasn't one of their better ones, for sure. It was pretty quick, but love seeing them in the ring.
Next, my next talking point here is there's definitely a Kabuki Warrior heel turn coming.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a take on how it's going to happen.
Okay.
It's not going to be Asuka. It's going to be Kairi.
Because she's kind of the one in the middle.
Kairi's
right
going to be the one. It's going to be a full DIY Gargano.
That's
playing
a good call.
Playing middleman.
Yep.
Playing the face, trying to keep the heelish one tamed, and then it's gonna be Kairi that actually fucking full blown turns and just fucking rips apart Io.
Yep. I like it. I like that idea. And it totally makes sense. Mm-hmm. It fits. No.
I was just thinking about how, like, last week when they had the little screaming fit in the little corridor.
Yeah.
And then, like, Io stormed off, and then Asuka stormed off, and Kairi was just kind of standing there, like, kind of playing that innocent, like, to Rhea, and then kind of walks away.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember exactly what it was that made me really click on this, but it was something this week where she was kind of the one pushing Asuka back. And I don't know, there was just something about it where I was like, I think Kairi's going to be the one that actually initiates this heel turn.
I think you're right. I think 100% right on that. And I like it.
Yeah.
And I do like it. Because
I
it
think
seems
it's
so
needed.
obvious that Asuka would be the
Yeah, exactly.
throw a wrench in it, and I like it.
And finally, I loved the ending of the show. I really did. I thought it was the, your typical kind of thing where you got the go home show to this match taking place on Sunday, and you're getting everybody here involved, and it's all that type of thing. But I think the thing that I liked the most about it was they all kind of stand together against the Vision, and then again they start bickering, and then you have Seth like, no, watch, look, they're doing it to themselves type of thing.
I really liked that part.
But then Jay being the one that ends up fully standing tall at the end, totally not expected.
I did,
Totally unexpected.
I think
fully.
in that scenario, you think Punk would be the one standing tall.
Or it would have been Jay and Punk after the LA Knight thing.
Yeah.
Because LA Knight's kind of been the dick.
Yeah.
Right? And so you're expecting them to, and that's the way it was going, like, kind of shoves Jay, gets shoved into Jay, and then Jay's like, okay, fuck this guy, and drops him with a super kick. But then just out of nowhere, just like, fuck it, and drops CM Punk with a super kick too. Really established the, hey, because Jay's been kind of the one that's like in between with everybody and is just kind of like cool with everyone, right?
Yeah.
And I what I liked about this the most was the fact that really establishes the fact that he's like, I don't give a fuck about anyone. I'm trying to get my title back this Sunday. And it's a fatal 4-way, so there are no alliances. And he's the one then that drew that line and was just like, where uncharacteristically for Punk has kind of been the one that's been trying to like lend these like olive branches, thank you, to LA Knight and Jay, which is very uncharacteristic for CM Punk too, because CM Punk's kind of always been like it's me, I'm gonna do this by myself, I don't need nobody type of thing.
Yeah, exactly. No, I agree.
So I've really liked it. I thought it was a cool way for the show to end.
Yeah, and I think I was waiting for that signature moment to just say, hey, it is every man for himself, and that's exactly what that did, because the title is on the line, and Seth got his cronies and everything, but you still got to worry about numero uno to win that title. So
exactly,
I'm excited for that match. It should be a really good one.
What about you, dude? You got the old smacketh down.
I got to lay the smack down on ya. Logan Paul, although whiny, and I know we've talked about it before, but he's really coming along on the mic.
Yeah.
Like, back-to-back very solid weeks. I like how he really played in the crowd and fed through the boos, like, because both crowds were very hot booing him.
Yes.
And it was very smart of him going, the TV's censoring you right now, when they were swearing at him and everything, because it kind of got both crowds, more so last week than this, to shut up so that we can hear. I liked
that. It was like, when you're saying that, they can't hear me.
It was so good.
That's awesome.
Loved it.
Yeah.
That said, John Cena killed him. Like we talked about last week, and
listen here, dickhead.
This week, he just full on buried him, but in such
great.
the Cena way, like we've grown accustomed to. I just watched like the one he did against Roman Reigns. He's like, dude, this is your job. It's a promo. You got to do it. Yeah. This was kind of along those same lines, and I love the Cena. It's going to be sad to not see this anymore. And we're getting so close to that moment, but damn, it was such a good promo this week with Cena.
Fantastic.
But it did bury Logan, but it also it gives him a moment. Hey, you got to bring your A game this Sunday.
Absolutely.
I want you to beat me, basically, is what he's challenging him there to do. So
for sure.
It was a really, really solid opening to the show. Leon, it's got to be one of the best crowds in that's where Backlash was last year, and they brought their A game.
Hot.
They are such a fun crowd. I would love to just see them there on the regular, because it's a fun crowd.
It is.
Next up, Bo Dallas. Just Bo Dallas.
Yep.
Showing up, and I loved it.
Yes.
This is what they need to do with the wide six.
I was looking. I had been looking at it, and then I looked down to do something with Laney, and I looked back up, and I was like, the fuck? Bo Dallas is just standing there on the screen. Okay, what's going on? Then I was like, and
this is the character growth that the White Six need, is getting Bo Dallas more. Like, Uncle Howdy's great and all, but there's a human underneath that mask, and we've seen it through the other characters in the White Six. We haven't seen that very often, very much from Bo Dallas. And so him kind of tinkering with the tag teams that were the Street Profits and Mellow Don't Miz was really cool to see last night.
Yep.
Loved it.
Agreed. I liked the, without any actual physicality, completely, with just one moment in that match, they brought back the scary as shit, just kind of aura that they possess. And that was with them all of a sudden just showing up, and then just the look on Miz's face.
Yeah.
Because again, we referenced this last week, but you got to think, they followed the Miz from Raw to SmackDown.
Yeah.
Right? And like, they really did. So there's a long history here with the Miz. The Miz has been involved in the Wyatt Six story since they debuted.
Yeah.
Right? So I really liked that, because I did feel like we've kind of been losing that, these guys they're a fucked up, very sinister group that are not to be messed with type of thing. And
exactly.
That felt like it started. We got a little bit of that back.
And I think they've been trying to tinker that in, like, with them being in the background, kind of lurking, and then with Nikki Cross last week and stuff. So I like what they're doing, the slow build to getting back to that form.
Yeah. Same.
And again, just seeing Bo Dallas loved it.
It was great.
Next up, Drew McIntyre, Randy spot on the show. I'm fine with the feud. I'm not overly excited about it. We've seen it kind of before and everything. But what I did like about this is it keeps things swirling around Cody Rhodes. Hey, Drew is going after Cody, keeping him at the forefront, but also planting more seeds, because we've talked about Randy Orton. We want him going against Cody Rhodes for the title. Like, that's the big feud, and him planting those seeds. Like, Cody didn't hesitate on you. He hesitated on Cena before. He didn't hesitate on you. He went out right after your back. Just planting those seeds. And Randy acknowledges it. Doesn't really care in this moment. He acknowledges, so it's there. So it's just more planning into it, and I'm really liking that part. That said, why the fuck does Cody have the title? This is like the millionth week we talked about it. I didn't know Brandy was pregnant, had a baby. So, he's filming a movie, baby's had, and we took it off of Cena.
Yeah, we took it off of Cena we took it off of Cena, who has been there every week, to put it onto Cody, who we haven't seen since.
Who we haven't seen
since the Friday after SummerSlam.
Talked about the title. I know you can't. I know it's hard for WWE to put Cody against Cena and have him lose twice to Cena, because he's your golden child, right? But
then don't put him in that match until later in the fucking year. Then
exactly.
You could have put Cena in a completely different angle, still had him turn face again, and then ended the year with a face versus face match just as good as what we got at SummerSlam. As that could have been Cena's retirement match, even.
Yeah,
could have been him dropping the title to Cody,
and I would have been fine.
How fucking poetic would that have been? Right?
It would have been good. And
we haven't seen now this is not nearly as long, but we're starting to approach the old waters of the tribal chief here.
Yeah.
Where Roman was the champion that we never fucking saw.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I know we've literally talked about it every single week, but
we're going to continue
wrinkles to it.
We're going to continue to talk about it until we get the face of the fucking company with the title back on our screens.
Yep.
At least acknowledging the fact that he won the fucking title.
Yeah.
Still hasn't even acknowledged the fact that he is the WWE champion again.
No.
Fucking
anyways,
crazy.
reeling it back, what do you think of the Drew McIntyre Randy segment, and do you agree with what I was saying?
Yeah, I think what you were saying was totally fine. I do like the whole keeping it kind of with the, I mean, somebody's got to keep Cody relevant, right? So I think that they've done a good job with that. I think you're right in that, like, it's nothing new necessarily. Like, we've definitely seen this before, but luckily Orton, Drew is a great thing to get to re-see.
Yeah.
So they're both phenomenal on the mic. They're both phenomenal in the ring. Their just personas are absolutely great. So I'm good with that. One thing you did just kind of have me contemplating, though, was how crazy would it be? Because, like you said, we do want it to be Orton and Cody, and I know, like, the idea of Cody going heel, we've floated it many of times. But how crazy would it be if we did get that match, but it was because Cody ends up going to the dark side, and then they have a story kind of centered around how all of Orton's friends have now turned heel on him.
Yeah.
KO, Cody, you know, like,
I like that.
It could be a interesting kind of angle, but I've also read a lot of stuff that Cody has, like, outright said in interviews he has no interest in going heel. So I don't know. We'll see. But that he could also just be playing that card to just make a bigger pop when it happens. So who knows?
That's
very
true.
very Kevin Feige of him.
I would love to see it. Last talking point. Sami Zayn is our new U.S. champion.
Goddamn right he is.
Fuck yes! And guess what? There is a pattern building here, and it's leading to what you predicted after Mania in my thought process. 2023, he wins Tag Gold. That's the title he won that year. Loses it. 2024, wins the IC title. Loses it. 2025, he wins the US title. It's a stepping point leading to what? The World Heavyweight Championship for 2026.
Let's go.
Let's go, man.
Let's go.
It wasn't like a phenomenal match, or the whole night kind of felt rushed because I think they gave Cena and Logan all the time and then had to pace it out afterwards. But the crowd's hot. Sammy's an amazing character, and he won the U.S. title. It's one of the titles he hasn't held.
Yep.
So now if he wins the heavyweight title, he is a Grand Slam champion.
Does that just have to be one of the
just
world
one of
titles?
Them. Yeah.
Oh.
Sami Uso's our U.S. champion. I think that just opens the doors to so much more feuds on SmackDown and more excitement into the U.S. feud, because I know you're not high on Solo. And
absolutely not.
So I'm really excited for this move.
I was so stoked.
Like I said, if this just keeps following that pattern, 2026 should be a big year for Sami.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
What if the match we get for Sami to lose it is to Jacob?
I'd be okay with
It'd be
that.
such a good fucking match.
It would be
Jacob
so good.
and Sami one-on-one would be so fucking good, because Sami is the epitome of just, like, the never give up, never surrender. Like, he will fucking just Jacob will beat the ever-living fucking shit out of him, and he will keep kicking out. He will keep kicking out type of thing.
I present you another scenario. What if it's Jimmy? Give Jimmy the single title since going solo. It would just be an awesome feud. Like, it would be more like the Cody Randy road. You know, we're friends, and I want to face you.
I like that too.
And I think Jimmy deserves it.
Absolutely. Jimmy 100% deserves it.
He's been doing solid work solo.
They put a world title on his wife before they put a world title on him. That's disrespectful.
I mean, either way, I think either way, it's a no miss.
Yeah.
And I think it would be solid.
I was so excited that Sami won.
Yeah.
I was like, let's fucking go. They put gold back on Sami.
Got my Sami Zayn shirt, and you know, I'm celebrating Sami today.
I loved it.
That brings us over to Banger of the Week. Ryan, what was that moment this week that just stuck out to you the most?
I have two. They're in two different categories.
Okay.
Action.
All right.
And like the actual match itself, the action. I went with the Street Profits versus Mellow Don't Miz. It was a fucking banger of a match.
Yeah.
It was so good. Those four just cooked.
Yeah.
Absolutely cooked. Then you added in the wrinkle with the Wyatt Six and like what we already discussed, and how it just felt like we're kind of getting back to form with them being those just very threatening presence, right?
Yeah.
I had to throw Sammy winning it in there. So I just also categorize that as just like the moment, right? Like it's just been a fucking year and a half almost or whatever now that since Sam, or I guess a little over a year now, because when he lost the IC and he's just been, it felt like fucking loss after loss after loss. A lot of losses. Yeah, he's lost a ton, and like wasn't in the Money in the Bank match to even have a shot at that. Wasn't in Elimination Chamber. Like lost the qualifier in that. Lost to Orton in the King of the Ring tournament. Like all of these things was eliminated in the Royal Rumble. Like all of these things. Like all of those moments that get you that world title shot, and he's lost all of them. And then you get him in this first. All right, looks like we might be pointed in the right direction here for him. So,
and I like how he's like we rewind a few episodes ago where he's saying, "My mind was clouded by this, but now I got other aspirations, and so I don't need to be just all eyes on that." And I didn't like it at the moment, but I'm loving it now.
Yeah,
so
but it kind of makes sense, right? Like. It was like fucking my precious.
Yeah.
Right? It was the ring.
Yeah.
Right? Then it was just fucking with him. It was just dangling the carrot, and he was like couldn't get it away, and now he's away.
But it just proves to him that he can win the big one.
Absolutely.
Like he can take some losses and still come back and win the big one. So I think this all feeds into that. So yeah. I got 2 as well, I was kind of inspired by you a couple weeks ago. You kind of threw a wrinkle one in there. So I'm going with John Cena promo against Logan Paul. That was one burial for the record. It was a good one. Loved it. But my other one is giving JD his flowers. The bro can sell anything.
Fucking
and
everything.
The way he sells makes every bump look so vicious.
Yes.
Like the bumps he was taking against Dragon Lee, I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
The fucking... It ended up like being a power bomb, but it like looked like it almost wasn't supposed to be a power bomb. Yeah, like, and the ref counted. You could tell like the look on her face where she was like, "I have to fucking count this, but I need to check him." Yeah, like 1, 2, kick out. Are you okay? Oh my god, you almost just died.
Yeah.
How many times it's one of those where you're like, God, he's so good, but at the same time you're like, fucking cool it a little bit because you've had one really close call. You've had some others.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to teeter over the edge too far one time.
And
like, I really enjoy you.
Yeah.
And
it's just, he's an amazing wrestler. And I just wanted to give him
fantastic.
his flowers because he just puts on these great matches. And we talked about how great Rhea and Liv sell things. JD's the one of them on the men's side of things. So...
Bringing us over to our belts question of the week this week, I posed this. I was struggling with this one for a little while. I was just like, fuck, I am drawing a blank, and then I finally got a little inspiration here. And it's based off something that we've already discussed so far today. Said, we're starting to settle into the beginnings of spooky season. Tim, I know it's your favorite time of the year.
Yes, it is.
And, we're starting to come to the... on the downside of summer, and we're starting to rev up into fall here. So, said, outside of the tag titles, what storyline do you think should be pushed for the Wyatt Six the most that you think would be able to tell a cool story and bring some creepy horror elements back to this group?
I'm sticking with Bo Dallas here.
Oh, okay.
And I kind of want it to kind of play out like kind of what we're seeing with Bailey right now, where I want it to be focused more on Bo Dallas, and I want him to go. I specifically want him to start off with the U.S. title. So Sami Zayn currently build a story around them, where Bo is hearing like voices in his head and his Uncle Howdy trying to bring it out in him, and then the other characters are kind of like playing into it, like we need Uncle Howdy, and But he kind of pushes that away, and so we get like a one-on-one match. Bo Dallas, Sami Zayn doesn't quite win, but then further that storyline where Uncle Howdy starts coming out and becomes more like a Fiend character to Bray, to Bo Dallas.
Yeah.
And I thought that would be pretty cool.
Yeah. I like that. I'd get on
Get
board
some
with that for sure.
single title action going on and get Bo into it because we're seeing the tag. I want Bo. I want Uncle Howdy in this.
Yeah. I agree 100%. I like that. I'm gonna go in the other division with it.
The women's.
I think. Obviously, we already had like the seeds planted for a potential her involvement in the women's US, right?
Yeah.
Because the backstage sequence last week. So this would probably be a little bit farther out. But I think Nikki Cross going for the WWE Women's title against Tiffy.
Okay.
And I think the reason that I like this idea kind of stemmed from the Jade Tiff interaction backstage this week, where she's like looking in the mirror and then Jade just kind of shows up in the back. And I was just thinking like, oh my God, Tiffany Stratton would be the perfect like WWE version of like a Scream Queen.
Yeah.
Like that kind of like poster girl of a horror segment here.
100%.
And, but also kind of like a kind of badass, but also like, I'm just picturing the entire group, not just Nikki Cross. I'm picturing the entire group just absolutely fucking torturing her and stalking her. And just making her like break down into this super fragile,
Dude.
like mentally like on the edge everywhere she goes type of thing. Like all the like she's like doing something backstage and Eric Rowan just fucking standing right behind her, or you know what I mean? Like that type of stuff, and where you could really fucking ramp up the horror element shit with that. I just thought it would be fucking cool, and I was like, I don't know that I would want anyone else in that than Tiffany Stratton.
100%.
Because she would, storyline wise, everything, she would sell it beautifully.
Yeah. No, that's such an awesome idea.
Yeah. I
would love that.
I thought it would be fucking sweet.
Fuck yeah, man. That's badass.
Yeah. In order for that to happen, we would need, I feel like, we would need Uncle Howdy to be the world champion, though. I don't feel like you can have Nikki Cross be a world champion and not have Uncle Howdy be a world champion.
I mean, if you can sell it as she's like Sister Abigail character, and that's like always been the overarching thing.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. Maybe you
the
could.
Wyatt family.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily think it needs to be, but I'd be open to him being world champion. So,
like we said, I'm still gunning for the fucking I want them to have all of it.
Have
I
all
want
the
them to
gold.
have it all.
I like it.
Like, how cool would it be if he did end up getting the U.S., but then end up with like a cool almost version of like the finger poke of doom to let Eric Rowan win it from him, for him to just bust into the world title picture like that same night or something. You know what I mean?
Cool.
Like, or like at fucking Money in the Bank next year, he wins the Money in the Bank as the U.S. champion, lets Eric Rowan take it off of him, and then just cashes in that night or something. You know what I mean? Like something fucking crazy. Like,
that'd be
kinda
badass,
cool.
man. I like it.
Yeah, me too.
That brings us to
Blockbusters! Nailed it.
Nailing it. We're just nailing
it.
They're nailing it in there, Cole.
Yeah.
And on to the movies. I got Woman in Cabin 10 up first. Synopsis. Based on the best-selling novel The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. While on board a luxury yacht for a travel assignment, a journalist witnesses a passenger thrown overboard late at night, only to be told that it didn't happen, as all passengers and crew are accounted for. Despite no one believing her, she continues to look for answers, putting her own life in danger. Cast is Keira Knightley, Guy Pearce, Hannah Waddingham, and release date is 10/10/25. Woman in Cabin 10 is releasing on 10/10. Get it? Cabin 10, 10/10. A lot of 10s there. Platform
Didn't get that at first.
Platform is on Netflix. And why I put this on here is I actually read this book.
Oh, for real?
I read this book. It was I took a big hiatus in reading books, and this was the second book I read. And into that hiatus, I enjoy the books by Ruth Ware, and so I've read this one. And so I didn't know it was getting made into a movie until not that long ago. So I was really excited to put this on here because I kind of know what's going on, but it's been long enough where I'm like, I'm still going to be surprised by it because I won't be directly comparing it to the book because it's been a couple of years since I've read it. So but
for what you remember from the book, how does the trailer hold up?
It looks perfect.
Yeah,
so
it looks good.
It's painting that picture that I was imagining while reading it, and
Cool.
I think it does a really good job in that aspect.
Hell yeah.
So I'm excited about it. I'm not one to compare one to the other. I'm like I read the Harry Potter books and watched and I didn't compare them. Like, oh, maybe they left something out, but I didn't like ding it for it either. So I'm one of those kind of fans. So what do you think of this trailer?
It looks fucking awesome. Like, it definitely has that feel of just something where it's just going to be high anxiety the whole fucking time, and it feels like she's completely alone, and especially with the no one believing her, but also there's a weird Jordan Peele-ish type of vibe to the trailer, right? Where not only does it seem like no one believes her, but it also kind of seems like everyone else might be in on it type of thing, and she's the only one that's not. So, definitely looks fucking good. I'm excited. And hey, we get Keira Knightley on a boat again.
Yeah, we do.
Hey, that's the closest we're getting to her coming back to Pirates. I'm good with it.
I like it. I like
like
that's
it.
a good connection there.
We got Bugonia, I believe is how you pronounce this.
I believe so.
The synopsis is 2 conspiracy-obsessed young men kidnap the high-powered CEO of a major company, convinced that she is an alien intent on destroying planet Earth. The cast of this is Emma Stone, Jesse Plemons, and Alicia Silverstone. And the release date will be also in October. Also, double number here. 10/25/25. Not 10/10/25, but 10/25/25. And this one will be out in the cinemas.
Ooh, the cinemas?
Yes, the cinemas. It'll be out in theaters, and what'd you think?
Dude, this trailer, what's funny is I think I saw like a teaser a while ago on this,
really?
and I feel like maybe it was the same name, but I thought maybe it was a different name, and when I saw that trailer, I don't think I was sold on it. I was like, it looks interesting, but it's not pushing me to the finish line. This trailer, on the other hand, does a very good job. The trailer in itself, whoever directed this trailer, bravo to them. It was well done. And it just looks crazy. It just looks like, I don't know. And Jesse Plemons, the guy can play a creepy dude. Like,
the guy can play anything.
Literally.
He's so fucking good.
And I used to just not like looking at the guy. Like, he doesn't have a great looking face.
Yeah.
But then his acting skills just oversees everything. And I'm just like, I like it.
Another crazy fun fact about Jesse Plemons that I just fucking learned like 3 days ago. He's married to Kirsten Dunst.
I did not know that.
And they have like 2 or 3 kids together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I was like, what? But all right. Good for him.
Yeah. But
Goddamn.
no, the guy got some acting chops, and he definitely shines in this trailer here.
Yeah. I love Emma Stone. Like, pretty much anything that I've ever seen her in, she's just a phenomenal actress, Oscar-winning actress, like, very deservedly. This feels like another one of those movies that could potentially put her up in that category, like, again, for the next round of Oscars, right? I think my favorite part with everything that was in this, so much to enjoy in this trailer, I think my favorite parts of the trailer though, were her singing in the car.
Yeah, singing the song
because
of the trailer.
because it just kept giving, it was like this very ominous, just weird feeling where she's just like rocking out, but then it keeps cutting to clips of her literally being fucking abducted and kidnapped and held captive, like, and all this crazy shit happening. But then it just keeps cutting back, and it was like you said, it was a very well done trailer. So I was excited.
Yeah, I agree with you. This is like one of those movies that maybe on paper doesn't seem like it'll do good, but I think it's gonna do very well, and it seems like it's just one of those solid movies. So I am excited for this one now. Like I said, wasn't a few months ago, and I almost put this on as a talking point, but it didn't, and so I'm glad you did later on. Is this thing on? Synopsis. As their marriage quietly unravels, Alex faces middle age and an impending divorce, seeking new purpose in the New York comedy scene, while Tess confronts the sacrifices she made for their family, forcing them to navigate co-parenting identity and whether love can take a new form. Cast is Will Arnett, Bradley Cooper, and Laura Dern. Release date is in December of this year. Didn't have a set in stone release date, but out in December. And platforms is the cinemas.
The cinemas.
And why I put this on here is it's a project by Bradley Cooper. It gets Will Arnett in there, and just listening to Smart List podcast, just hearing about their friendship, like it sounds so like genuine, and like they're just really great friends, and I want to see how that comes across on the screen. I really root for anything that these guys are in,
absolutely.
Just through listening to that podcast.
For sure.
I've liked them beforehand, but really solidified inside that podcast.
I love that last week we had Black Rabbit on, which is Jason Bateman's new film, and now we have this on, which is Will Arnett's
Sean
new
P.
film.
Hayes next week.
Oh, we'd have to go to London to see his play. Getting that Oscar, is that the play I think he's doing over there?
But I'm excited for this one. It's not our typical one we talk about. This is more like drama, but obviously has some comedy to it. But it feels like a movie that's just gonna get you in the feels. And again,
it has a full vibe of being directed by Bradley Cooper. Right, like Silver Linings Playbook had a very specific tone to it, and this has a very similar feeling tone. I don't actually, now I'm thinking about it, I don't know that he directed Silver Linings Playbook, but he directed A Star Is Born,
and
very
Maestro,
similar.
But agreed, and it's not like a happy-go-lucky pick like his are usually not, so very, very interested in this one. It looks good, and again, just I like the relationship there, and so it looks like a good one. Yeah,
for sure. I'm excited for it. Looks good. And finally, we have Motor City. The synopsis is, in 1970s Detroit, Miller falls in love with a local gangster's girl. In retaliation, the gangster enacts a frame job to send the innocent man to prison. Life ruined, Miller plots a revenge campaign against the man who took his girl away. The cast of this is Alan Ritchson, Shailene Woodley, Ben Foster, and Pablo Schreiber. The release date and the platform are both TBD, because it was actually premiering at the Toronto International Film Festival today. So, again, I think that's one where it's like still waiting to get picked up. But it apparently it got picked up by a big thing like overseas somewhere else for distribution, but they're doing Toronto International Film Festival today to hopefully get it picked up somewhere in the States. Because I think it's only like a $30 million budget, but we were kind of talking about this before the show, but
tell us why this has some interesting
so
behind
it. Just that the actual trailer for it was embedded in an article about the movie, and it was kind of cool because we were getting to see, I believe it was the director and Ben Foster were like in an interview together talking about it. And just the fact that they were saying, well, the trailer, there's no dialogue. It's just a song playing over, it's Fleetwood Mac playing over just like the kind of slow motion scene of him getting arrested and Shailene Woodley in the back of a cop car, like scream crying,
Yeah.
right? And like that's it. That's all you see the whole way through. And then you get the actual quotes from them in the interview talking about how this film only has 5 lines of dialogue in the whole thing. So it's very intriguing when you read the synopsis. You're like, dude gets framed, steals a gangster's girl, gets framed by the gangster, goes to prison, and then plots a revenge campaign, and the whole thing's going to be done with 5 lines of dialogue. Is very intriguing to me. I loved like A Quiet Place, one of my favorite horror movies franchises. And obviously the very first one, the others, there was a little more dialogue and stuff, but in the very first one, it was very minimal.
Yeah.
Right. And that was one thing I really liked. I enjoy those movies where you take away a scent, like one of your senses.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's, they're very artistic. Right.
Yeah.
Because that's not an easy thing to do as the actors themselves, to have to put themselves in that scenario.
They're going to
And
have to sell their emotions in
exactly
this, in every
And
scene.
That was one of the things in that article that Ben Foster was talking about, was like it kind of brings out a new beauty in just like the art of acting, and because you're not conveying all of this with your words anymore, like what you're used to doing. So yeah, I don't know. I think it looked really cool, and I thought the idea was cool, so put it on here.
It's kind of cool because we talked about it in the movie Locked, where the challenge was acting by yourself,
and keeping
exactly, you interested.
Yeah.
Now we're getting a different way where it's
gonna just be
very,
physical,
very minimal, all physical, and displaying emotion on the screen. That said, I gotta say it's gotta have a killer soundtrack to this if it's gonna be pretty quiet.
Well, we know Fleetwood Mac's in it. I don't remember what they were, but I saw some others that I was like, all right. So
yeah,
there's definitely gonna be some good music.
Yeah, for sure. So really excited for that one. A really cool thing, and it's a revenge movie. So
yeah, I also read that there's some apparently there's some really cool like action set pieces and stuff in this as well. So
Alec Richardson can do it, right?
Yep.
You know,
Alan
he's a
Richardson's
reacher. So
let's go.
Hell yeah.
And Ben Foster's a fantastic villain.
Yes, he is.
Fred, let's go. What's the news?
Well, I got a couple things. You got a couple things. So let's get right into it. Devil in Disguise, John Wayne Gacy story. The official trailer came out this week, and I just wanted to get your thoughts on it. I know you're really excited for this show. This was one you wanted to see in the pipeline when we were talking about serial killers you wanted to see in the on the screen.
Yep.
What'd you think?
So this, like the original teaser trailer that they put out for it, was already intriguing enough. This was just like, oh my God.
Just brought it home, right?
I'm just like, let's fucking get there already. I want to see this shit.
Yeah.
So it comes out October, I think, is when the trailer said. So it's at is that on the Cox stream?
On the Cox stream,
Hell yeah.
Peacock.
Love that.
I think this is their version of, which we're going to talk about here in a second, but Monster from Netflix.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I like it. And like you said, this just really pushes it. Like that first teaser trailer did a great job getting you hyped.
Yep,
This
hooked you.
Really
this really grips you into it.
Yeah, you get to see a little more of just the family side of
Yeah.
things and the investigation and all that stuff. So really, really excited for that. Which brings me into the next talking point. We got the 3rd season of Monster coming on Netflix, and it's going to be on Ed Gein. And they announced the casting of Ed Gein as Charlie Hunnam.
Yeah.
And I guess my question for you here is, and I saw it circulating on social media a little bit, but are they sexualizing a serial killer too much by like putting a Charlie Hunnam in this? Or what do you think?
I mean, I think it's hard to say that after having Zac Efron play Ted Bundy.
True.
Right? True. Like, and I mean, if you really look at pictures, because I mean, Ed Gein, this was in the fucking 50s.
Yes.
Right? Like late 50s, it was like the mid to late 50s. It was kind of that whole decade for the most part. He might have got arrested in the 60s, but it was... I mean, I kind of looked up just to read more into it because I enjoy reading about serial killers.
Yeah.
Nothing creepy. I just enjoy. I just think it's very interesting, and so
Suspect 1 over here.
and so you shut the fuck up.
If I go
looked
missing,
up a picture and I was like, okay, I could actually kind of see like with some like makeup and get a little done up for the character. I think I could kind of see it.
Yeah.
With Charlie Hunnam in this role. So.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't necessarily say that Ed Gein was like a hideous dude or anything either. Like I think he was a very average bloke from the 50s type of look. So, but yeah,
I'm excited for this because Ed Gein is like an inspiration to like Psycho, to Silence of the Lambs, and like some of those characters that we've gone to see on the big screen. So
the fucking skinning and creative artistic ventures, if you will, with the hides of the carcasses that he
exhumes.
Fuck. And now this remind me, the show Monster on Netflix, that first season was Evan Peters as
Dahmer.
Dahmer, right? Yeah. What was? Oh, the Menendez brothers.
Yeah,
that's right. I don't think I watched that.
I didn't watch the Menendez brothers, but I mean, I was creepily uncomfortable watching the Dahmer one.
I'm trying to remember if I fully finished it.
But I remember it like...
I have a hard time watching that stuff now just because I don't have a whole lot of... I can't watch anything like that with Lainey in the room now.
And
like
Lindsay,
when she was when she was a baby, it was one thing I could get away with watching shit because she's
soaking everything in
potato,
now.
But now she's like actually watching the show, and so it's like I can't watch anything like that. And then Lindsay won't watch any of it. So
no, 100%.
Yeah. The next little dot adding on to this. Yeah. Just because I had seen that you put this on here, obviously, but then I had seen like the addition to it. They've already also put out that Charlie Hunnam will also be coming back in season 4 of Monster, but playing a new character. He will be playing Andrew Borden, who is the father of, now I'm going to forget her name. It was like Lisa Borden or something like that. Mm-hmm. But, yeah. And so, again, we'll be playing another fucked up individual, but this time it will be kind of in another, where Ed Gein, I believe they have, I'm going to forget the fucking chick's name too. They cast the mom. Oh. Ed Gein's mother. In this. You saw that too, didn't you? Yeah. And so you're going to get that mother-son dynamic in season 3, but then you're going to get it with two completely different characters, but with Charlie Hunnam playing now the father, the parental figure in the next season, whenever that comes out. So I just thought that was interesting.
That is awesome.
Next talking point, official, Ice Age 6. We already knew Ice Age 6 was being made. I know we hadn't talked about it yet, but that news has already been out there. But they got the official title and a release date for it. And so Ice Age 6 will be Ice Age Boiling Point, which I assume is a little foreshadowing into what the plot of the movie is going to be. Mm-hmm. Ice Age might not be so icy. And then you got the release date will be February 5th of 2027.
Got a little ways of wait on that one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, animated movies tend to be the ones that take the longest, right? Because there's so much that goes into it.
The Ice Age movies are so much fun.
They are. They really are. They're fantastic. Those are ones where I'm like, I can't wait until Lainey's into more stuff that isn't as musical. Yeah. Like I love that she loves Frozen right now. She loves the Sing movies, stuff like that. And like that's fun and I love it, but I also am excited just for her to be able to like start to experience some more of these other awesome, like she loves Shrek, but there's music stuff in Shrek. Yeah. There's not really any music in the Ice Age movies. Yeah. Like not it's not a musical type of movie. So I'm excited for that. Final talking point here. Scarface is
This
being
news to
remade.
me. I didn't know this at all.
I just saw this morning when I was putting this together. Scarface is being remade, and it's being remade by kind of like a smaller production studio. But it's the production studio that Danny Ramirez, who is the new Falcon in the MCU, who took over for Anthony Mackie's character, Sam Wilson's Falcon. He is like a part of this production company, and it's his buddy or whatever who is like the head of it, and he's the one that's like bringing it together to the screen. And Danny Ramirez himself will be leading it as Tony Montana.
Wow.
So I think that'll be interesting. They're really hyped about what they were saying was just like how still like relevant the story of Scarface is even today in 2025, and so they're really excited about like modernizing the story and in the remake. So the original movie, like there was an original movie that came out in like the fucking 30s or something, and then there's obviously the mid to late 80s one with Al Pacino.
Yeah,
and so then we're getting another one.
Yeah, and I'm good with that. Like, if there's a way to, if it's still relevant, like if you can make it relevant without reaching too much, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Like for a remake. So
same, and that's an IP that hasn't really been touched since, right? So, I mean, I want to say was there like a TV show or something that attempted to be done at one point, maybe. But other than that, it's really like, it's kind of been untouched since Al Pacino. So I don't know. I'm here for it.
You get new eyes on it now, new generation and all that. So
multiple new generations.
Exactly. Exactly.
I mean, that movie came out almost 50 years ago.
God, that's
so
fucking insane.
I know.
Oh wow. That brings us to Blockbuzzin.
Yeah,
How'd you choose this one this week? What did you choose?
Went with Guns Up. It was one that we covered on the show. First and foremost, I always feel as though anything that we cover in our main 4 talking points in movies or series are all fair game for us to do for a Blockbuzzin.
We're buzzing about
it.
it.
Yeah,
there's a reason we talk
pick
about
these it. Of all of the other news, we pick 2 each every week that intrigues us the most, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like that in and of itself is always reason, but a little bit more as to why it's buzzing. And I actually like this because it was garnering buzz for different reasons than most of the films that we usually cover in this segment. And so that's why I was kind of like, yeah, I'm good with this. First off, movie stars Kevin James and Christina Ricci.
Yes, it does.
Right? So like just that in and of itself, 2 big names, and also at least one of them, Kevin James. It's not a role that he's typically in, right? So it garnered a little more buzz because out of the usual kind of typecast that he has put himself in, right? He's usually in those family-friendly
comedies,
buddy comedies, kind of maybe a bordering raunchy comedy type of thing, but most of them are like uplifting stories, funny, make you feel good. This was not really that. This was a much more serious role. It is technically an action comedy, but I would almost personally, I would classify it more as like an action dark comedy. Like the comedy moments in it weren't like your typical Kevin James comedy moments, right? Like, it was a much more serious movie than I even thought it might have been just from watching the trailer and when we covered it.
Yeah.
And it was a lot grittier and a lot more just like darker than like I even like anticipated. So definitely more interesting for Kevin James. And this might be one of the first ones that we've covered on Blockbuzzin where the critical reception was not all positive.
No.
Right?
I agree.
The critical reception of this was everywhere. From some critics calling it an enjoyable surprise to others, specifically RobertEager.com, calling it a total zero. So, yeah, I don't know. What'd you think of it?
Unfortunately, I wasn't here for it very much.
Oh, really?
Okay. I was really hoping for that more action comedy, like kind of what the trailer was selling to me. That said, the action scenes were very cool in it. I was into that. It felt very John Wickish, and I was there for that. And I was fully on trying to embrace the serious side of Kevin James, but the pacing was just a little slow for me, and I think that's what took me out of it. It wasn't the story of it. It wasn't any of the characters or anything. It was just a little slow pace for me. So it was more on the, probably not one I'm going to watch again. Maybe I will see if I could give it a second shot, but it just wasn't really up my alley. I found myself a little more bored, and all the funny scenes were more in the trailer shown, and that's what I got in there. So, that said, there were some badass scenes in it. There were some really cool scenes, and Kevin James can do the serious. I definitely saw that in this and everything.
Sure.
It was just a little slow for my liking. So, What about you?
I actually enjoyed the movie, which is kind of funny because we're on the opposite ends of that critical reception there. I don't know. I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was... I was able to very quickly kind of flip that switch of recognizing that it was going to be a more serious type of film with some kind of strewn in comedic relief moments. And I was okay with it. And I think it's funny because I was just listening to the newest episode of the Smartless podcast with Olivia Colman on, and they talked a lot about how it always surprises people when comedic actors can do drama, and how it doesn't always work out when opposite try to happen, right? When dramatic, now, not to say that it can't happen. Yeah. It has multiple times that it's happened, and they reference that as well. They're like, not saying it's impossible. It's happened a lot, but it's not as typical, and it's not as easy for dramatic actors to go to the comedy world as it is for comedic actors to go to the drama world. Yeah. And I think to me, this was kind of a perfect kind of example of that, because I thought Kevin James was phenomenal in this, and not that you didn't, but I'm just saying this. I thought he was great in this movie, and I can see what you're saying with how it was kind of slow, especially in the beginning, kind of slow going. But I also didn't hate that, because I feel like that was, again, like him doing this more serious role, and I felt like it was kind of, I don't know, warranted to a point, because I feel like most of his other movies are rushed through. Gotcha. A lot of his comedy movies, not all of them, but a bunch, especially like the ones where he is the only lead. I feel like a lot of those are Paul Blart Mall Cop was fairly rushed, Here Comes the Boom. Great movie. Love it. Also felt fairly rushed, right? Yeah. So just stuff like that. I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I thought there were definitely some things that just kind of caught me off guard in a good way too. Like, I don't want to just full blown say it in case anyone wants to watch it. It's a pretty new movie. Yeah, it's pretty pretty new. But Christina Ricci's connective tissues for the plot in this, I was like, oh shit, they did a good job of like brushing past certain parts that could make you think, or like make you be like, oh, I know where this is going. I was not there at all.
I was.
And so when that happened, I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, let's go. I was like, that's awesome. And then you get the whole, and that you see in the trailer, is Dad John Wick? I think Dad married John Wick. Yeah. And then she kind of just takes over as being the full blown badass. Yeah. I will say, for you saying that it was kind of slower paced, one critique I do have of it is I feel like the final act could have actually been drawn out more.
100%.
Yeah.
No, because
I felt like that whole part of it kind of happened super fast.
And I think
was
that
just
was
like,
just
it's over.
like most movies now are pushing 2 hours, and this was like an hour and a half. So like it could have used those extra 30 minutes and just kind of lengthened that. Because I was like, all right, now we're getting into the good stuff. Oh shit, it's over now.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it. I did not hate it.
Yeah,
I would not put this in Blockbusted.
Yeah,
I wanted to make
no,
a joke saying, "Is Blockbusted back?" No, it's not to that extent, and I didn't hate it. It was just a slow pace for me that I did not enjoy in this one.
Yeah.
So
Fair.
Blockbusters question of the week. I pose this one mainly inspired by what's going on in your life. Back to school is upon us, and for me, that means more traffic driving to work, and but that's the way it goes. So, with back to school upon us, what is your favorite coming of age movie?
I have two answers again.
Okay.
I kind of actually no. Here, I'll say I have my actual full answer, and I have a runner-up.
Okay.
I'll say that. I'll give you the runner-up first, and the runner-up was just because it was the very first thing that popped into my mind when I read the question. So I was like, oh, easy. But then I was like, well, as much as I love this movie and it's absolutely fantastic, I don't know that it covers the entirety of coming of age.
Okay.
So I went with another one that is, I don't even know if it's, I think it might be inarguably is a better movie, just like full roundedly. It's just,
yeah.
So my runner-up is Superbad.
Okay.
I think it is the best coming of age comedy movie, hands down to me. That there's not even one that. The next closest one I think would be was it The Good Boys? Oh yeah, that came out in the last few years, and that one I loved because the kids that are like actually fucking kids, like they're going from junior high to high school, and the ages of them are like fully appropriate. Yeah. While Superbad, Michael Cera and Jonah Hill, and Emma Stone, they were all in that age, but I think they were all still a few years old. They were probably in like their early 20s when they were filming as, graduating high school students, right? So that was my runner-up. The one I actually ended up going with is not as happy of a movie as Superbad is, but I went with Dead Poet Society.
Okay.
It covers almost all of the just all of the different themes of what I think coming of age should hit. Yeah. It's hitting so much stuff. Yeah. So, I mean, it's dealing with suicide. It's dealing with bullying. It's dealing with just all of the interactions with the different groups of kids and the fucking hormones and stuff with the girl classmates and stuff all involved and whatnot. Yeah. It's dealing with the kind of push and pull from a teacher and the admin. It's dealing with so much stuff that kids actually do go through on a regular basis. So I went with Dead Poet Society.
I like it. Again,
throwing it back to my favorite actor of all time, Robin Williams.
Yeah. So. This question I know has a lot of layers to it, like kind of like the sitting down drinking a bourbon with a wrestler question. It's like, well, like there's so many different layers, like
a lot of lenses.
Exactly. So I have kind of like a similar as you, like a runner-up one, and then the main one I put, and then I'm gonna also post that, just throw one out to you that I didn't think of one, but I read, like I was reading about some of these movies, and one person put this out, and it totally is. So we'll talk about that later. So runner-up for me was American Pie. It's just high school, and it's like very sexualized, yes, but I picked two movies that just kind of fit into how I felt growing through mainly high school. Yeah. And so American Pie was that for me, and it to the extreme, like I said, but it was a good movie and kind of just brings you back to that high school feeling.
The thing I like about American Pie is you end up with this group of friends that breaks the stereotypes of like cliques and those groups, which is exactly what I experienced in high school.
Me too.
Where it's like, I was a jock, a nerd, I was all of these things, and I was friends with everyone in all of these classifications, right? So it was like, anytime you saw me hanging out with a group of people, you could have picked out the band geek, the sports guy, the popular chick, the bookworm, the goody two, all those things, like. And that's why I think I love American Pie so much.
And what I liked about it is you get that group of friends, and I think a lot of coming of age is a group of friends, and that is so relatable. But then you get in that like some realistic things. They're going to different colleges, so it's not all happy-go-lucky, and you kind of get that aspect from it all, and the uncertainty of past graduation, and that I think that movie did a good job. Building up to that.
And everyone had a friend who had a hot mom.
Yeah. My main one was super bad.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, so
there you go. Yeah,
it was just, it came out like my senior year, and so it was just so relatable. Again, I think that's what the purpose of those movies are, is just relating it back to life. And again, yes, there was extremes to it, but it's just like, again, that uncertainty past graduation, the build up to it, and then just what paths are going to happen, like who is your friendship going to last past that and everything. And that movie is just freaking hilarious. They did it so well. So those were my two.
Awesome.
Now, the one I wanted to throw at you, where you might not think of it as a coming-of-age movie, but It Chapter 1, you think about the story about the kids and everything.
Absolutely.
Like, you get the cool horror aspect to it and everything, but it really is kind of a coming-of-age story in its telling of it. And
I would totally agree
not
with
one
that.
I would put down on a list, but I would rank it really high when you put it on that lens of it.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Yeah.
Another comedy one that just popped in my mind when we were talking that I would also put in my list for this question for my answers would be Blockers.
Oh, yeah.
Because not only is that a coming of age movie for the kids, but it's also like a coming of age parental version of it as well, right?
Yeah.
Where like they're all like and that's very relatable now for me too, because it's like every fucking stage it's like you're fucking learning right alongside them.
Yeah.
Like as they're all growing, we're fucking we're here trying to figure out what the fuck we're doing and trying to do the best we can as a parent.
Yeah.
And so it hits both sides of that, which isn't something we really get that much in really any of the other ones that we talked about. So
100%. Fun question.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that was good. I really enjoyed that
one.
That was good.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers, dude. Episode 64? 65.
65.
Fuck yeah.
Let's fucking go.